Good, sir.
Vapors,
Do you need a boat?
drowners, and wet feet. That's all I'll find here.
Witcher, go and see Yaron Bolt, the lead woodcutter. He ought to have a job for you. He lives at the southern end of the swamp.
Right. Thanks.
What do you want?
I'll find you later.
Who are you?
A witcher.
Well, well. I thought Leo Bonhart had disposed of your kind.
Never heard of him.
Nor will you again. We all, in this profession, eventually meet someone better than us.
And what profession is that?
Bounty hunter. What brings you here?
Who was Bonhart?
Old Leo was a legend. In some ways, he was like you. He killed without emotion. Just like you would kill a lame drowner. He was the best. Tall, slim, and one gaze from those empty eyes could break a man.
Was he a mage?
No. He slew some witchers. Those who riled the peasants. Magic tricks and witchers' reflexes proved useless against him.
But he's dead. As they say, he hit a harder rock than he was himself.
Yes. Take care, Witcher.
I'm here about the notice.
Finally. Got the hides?
I'll return when I have the pelts.
I'll be here.
Farewell.
Spare me! Good, sir. Do you need a boat? Who wishes to cross?
Hello, son.
I'm not your son, Gramps.
You guessed my name. They call me Gramps around here.
They call me all kinds of things. Mostly Geralt, or Scabbed Freak.
Well, people exaggerate. I don't see many scabs. No offense.
None taken. But I'm likely to earn some trekking through this swamp.
Yes?
I'm looking for work.
Ah, swords. I suspect I know the type of work you seek. Perhaps you could escort me to the chapel for my prayers. I'm old and no longer good at driving monsters off with my staff.
I was thinking about paying work, but all right, I'll take you there.
Clay pits. This is where those lunatics work.
Huh. They look normal to me.
Brickmakers pretend to be normal to strangers, yet they conceal their faith. Do you know those dimwits worship fish people?
People believe in the strangest things.
Yeah, but to worship slime-covered reptiles with bulging eyes, those Vodyanoi can't even talk. You must communicate with them using objects.
Care to elaborate?
Humans communicate with fishoids by leaving objects on special altars. Each item has specific symbolic meaning and is read as an intention. The Vodyanoi answer in the same manner.
What kind of objects?
Dunno, and I don't care. You need to speak with one of the worshippers. But brickmakers don't divulge their knowledge to potential blasphemers.
Enough! I've had enough! Enough! I've had enough! Enough! I've had enough! Enough! I've had enough!
Three islands, they call this place. A plant called celandine flourishes here.
You know about herbs?
Well, I'm no herbalist, but I read much in my youth. For example, 2 doses of celandine combined with Nazen salts produces a bomb that instills magic fear.
Useful.
Hordes of Bloodsweegers inhabit the swamp. If you can get 2 doses of their blood, mix it with abomination lymph and echinopsis spores, you create a potion that druids call Maribor Forest.
Know any other uses for herbs?
Damnable old age. I may remember later.
Enough! I've had enough!
A cave entrance.
I rarely go near that cave. It's the lair of wild dogs.
Wild dogs in the swamp?
The hounds feed on carrion, though they rarely scorn fresh meat. I heard them howl at night as they hunt in packs.
I had a bad dog experience recently. Think I'll skip visiting the cave.
A tale may change your mind. Local legend claims the tomb of a famous Vran warrior lies in the deepest parts of the cavern. Some say a vast treasure lies with him.
Treasure.
Folks tell the strangest tales, all varying, save for one point.
What's that?
All who sought the treasure vanished.
Who are the Vrans?
Were, for they're nearly extinct. Well, I know little about them, not even where they accumulated treasures.
Let's move on. Beasts, even a dryad.
Your medallion senses magic. Oh, no wonder it quivered. We're near a place of power.
Tell me about places of power.
Roaming the world, you'll happen upon them occasionally. Ordinary folk won't sense them, but those versed in magic draw energy from places of power.
How can I draw power?
You need to be trained, like sorcerers are, for instance. Druids also have their ways. I'm surprised you ask. Well, certainly you were trained to draw power.
What besides training would I need to absorb power?
Well, you mentioned your medallion, so I presume you're no sorcerer. You employ simple tricks instead of practicing the art, And the medallion should help you.
That's it?
Well, mages, ecologists and druids dispute the nature of places of power. They disagree about energy's renewability, nature's corruption. Some say the power's depleted and must be conserved. Others claim sorcerers have earned the privilege to absorb it and find nature's balance to be a mere catchphrase.
And what's the truth?
Well, who knows? Though in fact sources must regenerate after they're tapped. A day must pass before they can yield power again.
How can I use power?
Sorcerers use it to cast spells, the knowing to strengthen their visions. Wizards and village witches also have uses for it. And as for you...
I'm a witcher.
So you are. Then you know the tricks called signs. Places of power increase their strength. Though not real magic, signs have their uses.
Very true.
You may also infuse your medallion with energy at a place of power.
Is that all?
Druids perform healing rituals at places of power, but I doubt they'd teach you.
Interesting. But let's go.
Enough! I've had enough!
There, on the other bank, stands the famous Mage's Tower. None have entered since its builder parted from this world.
Someone misplaced the key?
The tower only opened when the Sephiroth were placed on the pillars of the Tree of Life, and plus the sentry guarded it.
Sephiroth and pillars?
The pillars are positioned throughout the swamp. The doors open when the Sephiroth, runic stones, are united with their corresponding pillars.
Complicated way to open a door.
Indeed, the mage was obsessed, dedicated to his passion. He wanted only those who understood to gain access. Well, I'm not sure what all the Tree of Life business means.
What was this wizard doing?
Investigating the mystery of life, seeking to animate the inanimate. He created golems, including the greatest of them, the Sentry.
What's this sentry?
One of the mage's golems, made of clay, but given the attributes of life. Those wishing to enter the tower must pass the sentry first.
You're beginning to sound like a mystic. Just the facts, please.
There are few. I know only that the sentry stands in the golem burial ground near the tower.
You seem to know a lot. Where'd you get this information?
And folk talk, I listen. Sephiroth, pillars and all.
Enough. Let's go.
Here we are. Thank you, son.
I'm not your son.
I like you. Visit me sometime. I'll show you my books, serve you some tea, and goulash. You're a witcher, yes? I met another of your kind recently, but he lacked courtesy. He demanded to know about the Circle of Elements.
Another witcher? What can you tell me about him?
Well, not much, son. He wanted about asking questions, and looking like one with a sour stomach.
I'm not so interested in that.
Yeah, I know. He feared something, or someone. Spent most of his time near the pits where those village idiots burrow in clay.
Thanks, Gramps. That helps. Three women. This reminds me of something. There's an altar at the base. brickmaker's village. Greetings.
Greeting, my lord, greeting.
What's with you?
Not now, but when I was 6, a brick fell on me head. I was playing a game where you toss a brick in the air, counted 5 and ran so the brick wouldn't bop you. Never was good at counting. They say the brick made me stupid.
Mm-hmm.
If you need help getting somewhere, you come to the right place. See, I never get lost.
Then this must be my lucky day. Tell me about the swamp.
The swamp's wide and deep, with mosquitoes up your arse. Oh, they've been stinging lately.
Who lives here?
Living here, we got druids, brickmakers, lumberjacks, monsters, and mosquitoes. That's who. What do you want to hear about?
Tell me about the brickmakers.
Brickmakers is us. Just there. Straight on, and there's the village. That's where you'll find the elders, so you need to oblige. We make bricks. Anything else you likes to know?
Where are the lumberjacks?
Lumberjack sticks to where they logs. Where else would they sticks?
So where exactly do they log?
Should have said that from the start. South of the Brickmaker's village. Best follow that path past the horrid cave till you see stumps.
How about monsters?
We got monsters a many. Will-o-wisps and mammons that keep a decent brickmaker from getting home when he's a bit tipsy. We got wind wraiths and brownies with their little red caps.
Anything else?
Else we got mosquitoes.
Did I hear you mention mosquitoes?
Damn buzzing bloodsuckers. There's more every year. You'll find that most by the tower.
The tower?
Yeah, if you go straight west and then south by the hut, you're sure to reach the Mage's Tower. But it's shut, and there's nothing but blasted mosquitoes and some geelums there.
Where will I find the druids?
That's the furthest nook in the forest, with beautiful trees and wild beasts sitting with druidins. That'll be straight southwest, but you needs to pass the loggers or take another path. Hard to say what.
Farewell.
A traveller from distant lands. He has lost something he now seeks.
What shall I call you?
Vasker, the village eldress.
Geralt. Witcher. What do the villagers do?
We mine clay and produce bricks.
I see none working.
Hard times. Speak. What do witchers do?
We solve problems.
Want to ask something?
Kalkstein, an alchemist, claims you know about the mage from the tower and the guard.
A powerful sorcerer once lived in the swamp. An apprentice his only companion. All changed when a woman entered his life.
A fairy tale beginning.
But the end differs, for a wicked woman she was. He fulfilled all her wishes and she took advantage of his might.
Who was she?
Unimportant.
I'm listening.
Blind love spelled the mage's demise. He called upon forces he could not control and died.
What about the guard?
The mage's lover could tell fortunes, and the mage created a deck of extraordinary tarot cards. He illustrated a future event on each card.
And?
Golems guarded the mage's dwelling. Those spared the ravages of time survive at the cemetery, where they remain motionless.
One of them is the guard?
Yes, the most powerful golem acted as sentry. The tower card depicts how the golem can be revived. In turn, this will open the tower anew. Take this card. I no longer need it. Want to ask something?
Has another Witcher been here? Berengar?
He has, asking different questions about those alchemies. The alchemist Kolkstein must have sent him. Then we happened upon his gear in a clay pit, covered in blood.
Thanks, Vaska.
White-haired one. There were signs of fighting there, and not with monsters. He was attacked by men. Beware of flaming lizards and dry ones. I need you alive.
What do you do here?
We mine clay to form bricks we bake in ovens.
It's profitable?
No. Though the city grows in need of bricks, the carriers and merchants snatch most of our profit.
Maybe you should move.
Never. We know only brick making.
Do what you will.
Want to ask something?
Do you have monster problems?
Indeed. Creatures have made nests in the clay pits.
What are they like?
As if drowned, then resurrected.
Drowners. I can finish them.
We're poor folks. I can pay no more than 50 orens.
That's enough. Where are they?
Towards the landing, but take the other road at the fork. At its end you'll spot our tormentors. The lords are coming.
Shove off.
Who's above the lords?
What is this crap?
Want to ask something?
I've killed the drowners.
You showed us mercy, yet I deceived you. I can offer no money, but you cannot leave unrewarded. Take this amulet. It's Kezath, the symbol of mercy.
Will do.
Wonderful. Now we prepare for the coming of the lords.
Who are these lords?
We worship them and receive the grace of those from the eternal deep.
I keep thinking of the fish people, Vodyanoi.
How dare you! Those names offend the lords.
Sorry, I got lost in thought.
About the tower.
Yes?
Vaska helped me locate the tower tarot card. It describes how to wake the sentry.
Let's see this card. Interesting. Much depends on interpretation, but I think I understand. Alchemists find it easier to understand other alchemists.
Enlighten me.
The sentry can only be woken if it's near the tower, which it is, and by using a lightning rod.
A lightning rod?
The drawing depicts a man in a crown, a reference to King Herman the Mad.
Who's Herman the Mad?
Herman used to ascend a tower during storms and insult the gods. A hostile faction carried out a coup by removing the lightning rod from the tower.
An interesting story.
You'll need a device that attracts and conducts lightning. Put plainly, a solid metal rod. A good smith should be able to forge one for a decent price.
What next?
Yes, we'll need a thunderstorm, but I have no idea how to make Mother Nature cooperate.
I'll think of something.
When you have everything, attach the lightning rod to the sentry. Energy from the lightning bolt will revive the golem.
What next?
No idea, but you'll manage. If you kill the golem, you'll be able to make a rare potion requiring his heart. Here's the formula.
We'll see.
Sorry, I got lost in thought.
See ya.
Human come to see a non-human. You need something.
I'm not entirely human, and yes, you might have something I need.
Malcolm Stein. Not a better blacksmith in all of Vizima.
Will you sell me your wares?
Zoltan praised you, so we can trade. If you care to buy something, see my apprentice. I do the forging and handle special orders.
Would you make me a lightning rod? A long metal.
I know what one is. We used them in Mahakam when humans still prayed to storms. You haven't learnt much about lightning rods since.
Can you make a lightning rod?
Are you trying to offend me, or can't you control what you say? I can, for 50 orens.
Deal.
Come back later.
They say Jacques de Aldersberg's armor I detest it.
Geralt, I was wondering if you'd care to join the Order.
I hadn't really thought about it. I'm here about the notice.
I suspected it would interest you. Have you proof of slaying 10 drowners?
Here are their tongues.
Wait, I must record this. 10 drowners. Good. Here's your gold.
Scourge of the Lords, this rain.
The gods have punished the outlaws.
What is it, Witcher?
I killed the Arcaspore in the swamp. I have proof.
What the hell is this? Huh. The hideous things that roam this earth. That's 400 Oren's reward.
See ya.
Need something?
The lightning rod?
It's ready. 50 orens.
50 orens, like we agreed.
Yes?
The dock is safe now.
I knew you'd do it. Here's your payment.
Thanks.
Yes?
Farewell.
What would you like to know?
Heard any news from the non-human district?
I've no interest in those matters.
I have a problem.
Your secrets are safe with me.
You've got a beautiful smile.
That's very kind, but you mentioned a problem.
Farewell.
Look how they grow.
I'm here about the notice.
You look like a warrior. Care to kill Equinops for me?
I finished that and have proof.
Excellent. Here's your gold.
The gods have punished the house.
Anyone seeking to cross?
What is it?
I'm here about the notice.
Finally. Got the hides?
I do. 10 wolf pelts.
Wonderful. The title of Royal Jägermeister will be mine. Else, I'll become a mercenary.
Farewell.
Listen, I've received news that my children in Vizima have fallen sick. I'd like to go back and be with them, but that means I wouldn't make enough for us to survive the winter. So I'd really like to sell some of my old stuff before I go. Interested?
Show me what you have.
Well, nothing special. A piece of red ore, a flask of alcohol and a silver ring I inherited from my father. I can throw in a formula for truly reliable hangover medicine. All this for only 200 orins.
That's too much.
Listen, I'm really in need. What would you say to 150 orins? So it's a deal?
Give my greetings to the children.
You can be sure I will.
God's bless.
Who are you?
Geralt the Witcher, a friend.
And we'll see.
And you?
Yaren. I speak for the lumberjacks.
Can we talk?
Speak.
Are you responsible for the logging?
No, we scare off woodpeckers. Of course we're responsible. We're lumberjacks.
Work for yourselves or someone else?
We're independent, though we secure orders from merchants like Luvarden. We get weeks of work and a decent return.
You the chief lumberjack?
Yes. Without me, these lazy lads wouldn't know when to piss. Him with a moustache. No matter what I do, he still pisses in his boots.
I see you keep a tight rein.
With danger around, you need discipline. I rule with an iron fist, so they can return home safely. Most will.
Get along with the locals?
Nothing but a bunch of deviants. The brickmakers babble about their lords and the underwater world, and the druids don't like the trees being felled.
Any jobs for a witcher?
Despite the danger, the beasts leave us alone.
So nothing?
Perhaps. For someone willing to take a risk.
I'm listening.
But the Begatic plant should be blooming in the swamp.
I understand it's valuable.
The drug it makes is. Collect some blossoms and we could both earn a little.
I wade through mud, face danger, then we split the profit?
You don't know what Begatip looks like, nor where to sell it.
Okay, let's play herbalist.
Great. Begatip blossoms look like red orchids. Clumps grow throughout the swamp. Sell them to the ferryman. Ask those living in the swamp if you can't find any.
I'll deliver the flowers to the ferryman as soon as I find them.
The Water Lords and I.
Let's discuss a job.
Please help. One of our children is missing. The boy has always returned quickly until now.
Perhaps the water beast ate him.
Blasphemy. The druids must have him to transform into a dryad.
All right, I'll look for the boy.
What is it?
I seek a boy missing from the Brickmakers' village.
I've not seen him.
The Brickmakers claim you changed children into dryads.
Fools! Only adults are accepted here. Children would only trouble us. As for dryads, ask them yourself.
I'm looking for Begartic blossoms.
We can supply the herb at a reasonable price. Talk to the man who tends the holy oak.
Farewell.
What? Windblade.
Gwynblade. What's that mean?
White Wolf.
You know me?
Your name precedes you.
You may know more than me. I remember nothing of my past.
Some things are better forgotten. Nevertheless, I do feel sorry for you.
Can you help?
Sadly, no. Perhaps my sisters from Brokilon could help, but they are far away.
Tell me about Brokilon.
Brokilon is the Dryad homeland, a wilderness untouched by humans. Those surrounding Brokilon wish to claim our forests, and thus humans and Dryads fight continuously along the borders.
Who is winning?
Our archers are matchless, but how long can we resist the brute force that rendered humans the world's rulers?
Why don't you reach a compromise with the humans?
Ha! You treat concessions as weaknesses and believe acts of goodwill are traps. You will never accept our otherness.
Tell me about your lives.
Brokilon is our home, Ithlin our lady. We live in harmony with the forest, flowing through the thickets and knowing the forest's secrets.
Are you happy?
Like humans, we have joys and sorrows, though our end is near. The war with the humans continues, and our numbers diminish.
What are you doing here?
'Tis a secret. Though I'm taking the chance to visit this grove of old, beautiful trees.
I seek a boy. The brickmakers claim druids seized him to transform him into a dryad.
Only girls can be dryads, no boys here.
Just wanted to make sure.
I would show you where young dryads come from, but
Yes?
I wish to remain faithful to the Brokilon tradition. We only take in men to procreate, and just the strong and agile. We want the girls born of their seed to inherit their father's fortitude.
I've been accused of many things, but lack of physical prowess is not among them.
I believe you. But the ritual requires a man to prove himself a skilled hunter. Bring me a wolf's pelt. You have proved yourself a skilled hunter. Yet one obstacle remains.
What's that?
Witchers are sterile. We dryads don't acknowledge intimacy without procreation.
Intimacy without procreation can be good.
How?
Sex relieves stress, improving body and mind.
We dryads must be vigilant and agile to defend our home, and my body demands love.
Would you like to be with me?
Yes, for the day.
Come.
Welcome to the Druid's Grove, traveller.
Greetings.
Marvellous place. I come here when I need to think, and the peacefulness helps clear my mind. Even a witcher is welcome here.
One more word about my accepting my otherness and finding the home I never had, and I'll cry like a baby.
Sarcasm only serves to expose your inhibitions.
Ooh, an elven psychoanalyst.
I spent decades among humans. I find your kind as complicated as the schematics of a flail.
Decades? Live that long among humans, you're bound to become more like them than you ever wanted to be.
Are you speaking from experience, Monster Slayer?
A sharp wit. I'm Geralt.
My name's Yavin.
Let's talk.
Yes.
What can you tell me about your kind? What makes you elves tick?
Let us pray beneath the trees, for the trampled heather, for blood that has been shed, for fate that has been destroyed.
I'm not sure I'm understanding this.
For death inflicted by sword, for the pain of others and our own.
I'm looking for Witcher's work.
Then I'll ask you a favor. I need a letter delivered to Vizima, where I'm not welcome. As a Witcher, you should find little difficulty tending to monsters on the way and avoiding trouble with the guards at the city gates.
Who's the letter to?
I'd be obliged if you could deliver it to Vivaldi, a dwarf living in town, and then return his reply to me.
I'll do it. I'm going to Vizima anyway.
Thank you.
What brings you here?
I have a message for you from Yevon.
Yevon? I don't need to read it. I know what he wants. Witcher know that whether elf, human or dwarf, they all want the same thing.
She-dwarves?
How witty. Shove off. Come back later for my answer to the elf.
Everyone's gone mad.
What brings you here?
Have you finished your answer to Yevon?
Yes, here it is. The elf will surely reward you.
Let's hope you're right.
What's that?
The Water Lords and I.
The druids didn't take your boy. If I find him, I'll see to his safe return.
The boy is gone. A warning to all. We must prepare.
Prepare for what?
The Water Lords and I.
Farewell.
We could use more rain.
Gnawed human bones? Brains? I'm gonna puke.
This will be my home.
Is that skull and brain human?
Yes.
And the meat?
That too.
Plates. A mug.
Now, don't get agitated. Listen to my reasons.
What reasons might a cannibal have?
You look pale. Care to eat something?
Shut up, you son of a bitch.
You look pale. Care to eat something?
Why do you eat human flesh?
Well, I enjoy it. It has health-giving qualities, and it tastes like chicken. A pound of human flesh provides the equivalent of...
Spare me.
Well, you asked. I do follow certain rules. For instance, I never consume children.
Truly praiseworthy.
Well, no need for sarcasm. Well, occasionally I polish up a druid or a brickmaker, but I especially savour elf meat. It's aromatic, naturally infused with scents of roots and spices.
What about dwarf meat?
Well, veiny and stringy. I believed I tasted it once, but in truth I'm unsure it was dwarf meat. To my embarrassment, I was forced to fight a drowner for it. The bloody scrap that was my share had little to identify it.
Enough.
As you wish, I'll say no more.
You don't deserve to live.
Well, you can always kill me, but I'm of greater use alive. I've vast knowledge and I know this swamp well. I could be of assistance to you.
like I believe you. You'll flee as soon as I leave.
No, I'm too old to run again. I'd not deceive you. You've come to the swamp on an important mission. Completing it must be of greater import than one old monster. Mark me, I hold answers to many questions.
Fine. You'll live, for now.
Thank you. As a gesture of goodwill, I'll grant you a potion recipe.
That could be useful.
You're getting old, Gramps. You look pale. Care to eat something?
Goodbye.
Shit in life.
Be good enough to leave me in peace.
Ah, Witcher.
You've been busy. A training camp?
We must train to fight effectively.
Really think this band of warriors can accomplish something?
Can a few stones turn into an avalanche? Can an entire city burn down from just one spark? No need to answer. We both know the truth. Yes.
I have Vivaldi's response.
He sends words, not gold. I suspected as much.
So my effort was in vain?
Quite the contrary, Witcher. Vivaldi either will not or cannot help us. Crucial information regardless. Did he say why he refused?
Vivaldi's gone bankrupt.
Interesting. The bank functions, yet Vivaldi is bankrupt. Thank you, Geralt. I have an idea. Yes.
What are you preparing for?
None of your concern, Witcher. But you're no fool. Think hard. Perhaps you'll figure it out.
An uprising against humans? What if I inform the authorities?
Correction. We aim to win the war we're fighting, not start an uprising. And worry about your informing on us? A non-human yourself? Humans will take you no more seriously than they do us. And even if they do listen, we are prepared. So well, in fact, that nothing can stop us. Vizima will burn soon.
I hope I'll be far away when it begins.
Knowing you, we'll doubtless meet in battle. Question is, which side will you choose?
My own.
Naive as a child, you'll find it impossible to remain neutral in a war.
Time will tell.
Yes.
Got more work for me?
You proved apt at moving around the swamp, and performed a favor for us. There is something.
I'm listening.
I've heard that Knights of the Order of the Flaming Rose have entered the swamp. Those fanatics detest non-humans. They'll come for us sooner or later.
What's it to do with me?
I'd like you to lead the unit to the Golem burial ground, where Hath-Karn await with a weapons shipment. If matters turn dire, I expect you to prevent the unit from dispersing.
All right, I'll help. But tell me who the Hath-Karn are.
I'm gratified. Hawkers, as humans call them, supply weapons to our units. Waste no more time, the unit is ready. May your footsteps be soft, your breathing relaxed, and fight bravely.
Are the knights a serious threat?
They're heavily armored. You best prepare. I heard witches augment their fighting prowess with potions.
Yes, they'll be useful.
I played the lute, but gave up my instrument for a sword.
Be good enough to leave me in peace. Adieu la paz.
What do you seek? You bother me.
What do you mean?
Some of our greatest died combating humans. First when your kind arrived in these lands, then recently when we again concluded we couldn't abide mankind's tyranny. Have you seen Fenowed flowers? You couldn't find one because you can't distinguish it from common plants.
You're blinded by hatred. I've picked Fenowed.
Show me. I sense it will be something amusing. You do know Fenowed. I thought wrongly about you.
Not entirely. I know few of the local plants.
I can describe Burmarigold.
Shit in my boots.
Yes.
I led the unit to the burial ground and we ran into some Knights of the Order.
I assume you were victorious. I'm highly pleased, Witcher. Here is your reward.
But we found neither hawkers nor weapons.
We'll acquire weapons. The Dwan will come for our gold. Most importantly, the Order has been beaten. You will hear of me yet.
I'm sure I will.
I conducted a little investigation into that Witcher who roamed the swamp before you.
Learn anything?
Yes. He was seized by Dwan wearing the Salamandra sign. Apparently he offered no resistance.
So he isn't dead. But why did he hide his gear?
Maybe he foresaw their coming. Look out for yourself, Gwynblyde.
Thank you, Yavin.
Screw co-op existence.
Are you a fool seeking a magical strength-giving beverage? Vampires and fledders fear garlic. The Hierophant searches for new druid candidates. People claim we burn intruders, we trap in wicker cages. What is it?
You druids control nature's forces, right?
No, we cannot. Rather, we live by its rhythms.
You train wild animals, and you can stir up a storm?
No, I mean yes, but not by force.
Well, I need a tempest with thunder and lightning. Can you create one?
I can, but as I said...
I'll pay. Call it a donation toward the prevention of further devastation of the environment.
500 orens.
That's too much.
Things are getting more expensive, and we have to live somehow.
500 it is.
Come back when you're ready.
Here's 500 orens. I await my storm.
It's no easy feat. I'm no common mage, harnessing storms with absurd stone posts.
What posts?
Anyone magical can activate the 3 stone posts at the Golem burial ground. They attract lightning.
Maybe I can use the posts to wake the golem.
Fortunately, that creature stands beyond the post's range. Experimenting with nature's forces can only bring misfortune.
How are the posts activated?
Touch them while intending to attract a storm. But danger abounds. A careless instant can cost your life.
I'll be careful. Farewell.
I know your intention, Witcher, and I would prepare. Imbibe some of those potions, for you'll need them.
A Witcher without potions is half a Witcher, Druid.
Inwed, streda kemu, in kerme.
Good, sir. Do you need a boat? What do you want?
Yaron sends his greetings. I have the herbs.
Finally.
Here, 5 beggartick blossoms, as agreed.
400 orens, and give my best to Yaron.
I'll be sure to.
What do you want?
I'll find you later.
Speak.
The ferryman paid me for the herbs.
About time.
Here's your share.
Real pleasure doing business, Witcher.
Likewise, Yaron.
Speak.
Any jobs for a Witcher?
Listen, monsters have made the route to Vizima difficult, and those fish people are bothering me.
You want me to clear the road and get rid of the Vodianoi?
Yes. We're low on supplies. Trouble isn't the word for it if you don't get rid of them quickly. I'll pay generously.
Tell me more about these monsters.
Mainly drowners, bloodswagers, echinopse.
Where do I find the fish people?
Near the brickmaker's village, but only at night.
Shouldn't be a problem.
The Water Lords and I.
The tree fellers grow uneasy about the Vodianoi.
Vodianoi?
The lumberjacks think the water lords threaten them.
The Water Lords grant mercy to those who recognize the truth of their mission. The woodcutters have naught to fear.
I'll negotiate with them, but I'll need your help.
The woodcutters should lay down their weapons as a sign of peace. Offer their leader's axe unto the Water Lords. Humble yourself before them. If the Lords see no falsity in your heart, they will lift you up, and the woodcutters need fear no more. But first, you must last the night in a sign of humility.
Okay.
The Water Lords and I.
How do I communicate with Vodianoi?
We know little of the Lord's language. We communicate through objects we conceal in the altar. We receive answers after a lord has visited.
Why do you worship the fish people?
Speak with reverence about the lords.
Sorry.
We believe the world emerged from the waters which will engulf the world once more. The dry lands birthed all evil. The Water Lords are divine beings who have retained ancient wisdom, but beneath them lies the one God, the creator of all, the dweller of the deep, the one who will come in anger.
What kind of god is he?
A god above all gods. I cannot speak of him with the uninitiated.
Why do you place items on the altar?
You are not one of us. Contact the lords and acknowledge their power.
Yes, I wish to believe.
You can gain favor by placing plants on the altar as sacrifice.
What else do you leave?
Brews and incense. When placed on the altar, our ill recover miraculously.
What else?
Avoid gifts unpleasing to the lords. All that harms life-giving waters.
I'll be careful.
All trappings of dry land signify resentment.
Where's the altar?
By the oven, between the clay pits.
Farewell.
Speak.
The Brickmaker's Eldris claims you can negotiate with the Vodianoi.
Negotiate? Are you daft?
It's worth it, if only to avoid revenge for the massacre you're asking for.
What am I supposed to do? Croak like a frog?
Give me your axe. I'll take it as a sign of peace.
You're testing me. But we'll take the chance.
I'll take the axe to the fish people and return with their response.
Speak.
Godspeed.
The dog is wet too. The dog is wet too.
Wonderful, Dan. Wonderful.
The dog is wet too.
Speak.
I've cleared the road to the landing. It's safe.
I knew I could count on you. And the fish people?
The Vodyanoi accepted your sacrifice and gave an amulet in return. The fish people should leave you alone now.
Your reward, Witcher.
Saphira and Obelisk merged. The old spells still work. All the Sephiroth are set. My medallion's vibrating like mad, so the spell must be working. The tower door should be open. I can't wait to see Kalkstein's reaction.
Aren't you eager to learn the truth?
I'd rather stay focused. Should I get the book from the tower?
Yes, hurry. We can't let Kalkstein get ahead of us. I hope that murderer swallowed the bait.
I think I made sure of that.
You'll soon learn the truth. Excited?
More than you think. Just one question. Where did you get the idea to assume Raymond's identity?
Clever. From you, of course. He was getting close and you trusted him. I would have been foolish not to take advantage of the situation.
Did you forget it would put you face to face with a Witcher? Well, I'd be foolish not to take advantage of this situation. Enough chatter. Now kindly lead me to where you've hidden the items stolen from Kaer Morhen. swamp was the beginning of events that would soon rock Temeria. Sensing the approaching conflict, both sides were eager to test the enemy. A routine skirmish between patrols erupted into a regular battle. The Scoia'tael were determined, their longing for freedom was strong, and they proved victorious. The Order learned the non-humans are a foe far more dangerous than previously assumed. Azar excluded me from the battle. When Triss woke me, heaps of bodies appeared before my eyes. It was the last time I was able to avoid taking sides.